Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I do know what's in here. I've seen pictures of it anyway. I've not actually handled it yet. I'm saving that experience for you guys to watch anyway. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. This is just a review sample. I don't get to keep this. It's going to go back or on to the next reviewer. I will link any and all information right down in the description so you guys can check it out if you want to. All right, let's go ahead and get in here. I think well, obviously there's at least one thing in here, but there might be two. I went back and checked yeah, there are two. Okay, interesting, good. These will both be cool. Hold on here. Let me read this note, because I looked back through and realized he didn't tell me the name of one of them. We got at least one prototype here, so give me a sec, give me a moment. Oh, a bunch of information. All right, good deal. So this is, yeah, I knew about that one, but what's the other one? Ah, the rain. Yes, okay. So, good. I just want to open these up and experience them. So this is the Dawn V2 prototype. Let me make sure here. Take a look, Dawn V2. All right. The Dawn V2, I remember this. Oh, yeah, okay. So here's... so I ranted and raved about this, and I still absolutely love it. Let me tell you, without even reading, countersunk lock, which is beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a lot of time, you know, anymore. And I still like frame locks. I don't want people to be like, all frame locks are bad. I bought a bunch of frame locks because you gave them a good review. You can still like frame locks. I'm just saying my general preferences now, I've seen the merits of, you know, having a nested or, you know, just a general liner lock over an exposed frame lock, right? Usage scenario, manipulation, you know, any and all manipulation. You can disagree with me. That's fine. You don't have to agree with me. I like the countersunk with a subframe lock, right? Something where it's covering the lock so that me squeezing the knife, right, or moving my fingers around on it, I'm not jamming that lock further into the tang of the blade, right? Makes it hard sometimes to disengage the lock. It also changes the lock face geometry, wears the lock bar down a little faster. I found that to be the case while using exposed frame lock knives. So they're still fine. They're still okay. Don't get upset. But I do like this better. Is this, hold on. I was going to say, certainly it's steel. Yeah, okay. So you can see right there how they've just nested that in there. That's great. I like that a lot. This is a very, very good knife. If you have not seen my review on it, go check it out. The TW Price, the Dawn, now with a nested liner lock. Are there any other changes? Let's take a look here. Conversion from a frame lock to an inset steel. Here. Conversion from a frame lock to an inset steel liner lock. Each scale is thickened by 0.02 to accommodate the inset lock. Okay. Slight detent ball ramp has been added. Nice. The jimping has been extended to the base of the swedge around the front flipper tab. The weight reduction pockets have been deepened to help offset the weight of the inset lock. Nice. All good stuff. This feels great. I'm sure that this will go over very well. I will still do a review of this, but it's essentially the same knife with an inset lock. So I'll tell you right now, expect it's going to be a pretty quick video because I can tell you right now I like it, right? So I carry it around and use it and all that and make sure that it works, right? Looks like the geometry's fine on that. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Not that it was hard to manipulate initially, but this was a good move. Very cool. I like that. Now, the new one here, which is apparently called the Rain. Yes. I asked, he has a stonewashed one, right? He had one that was stonewashed, and I was like, I always do that. Like, when people give me a choice for a review sample, I always choose stonewashed and stonewashed. And I got to remember, not everybody thinks the same way as me, right? I always convince myself, oh, well, it's a generic, you know, it's a nice even baseline. You know, there's no color in it, so that's what. And I realized, no, I'm just choosing that because that's what I would choose. So I chose the bronze and black version of this. Ooh, is this a little bit bigger? Yeah, okay. And this is also a nested or inset liner lock with some nice texturing. Look at that nice texture pattern. That's cool. It's like we did like frag, but we changed, you know, the some of these little rectangles are wider than the other ones. Sorry. I also really like this pocket clip. That's stylish. I like the little, you know, it sort of sunk in a little bit and then outlines the pocket clip. I think that looks really nice. Very, very good looking knife. Nice flipper tab. Detent's good on it. And I think, most importantly, he's still allowed access to that little fuller. It's essentially the exact same fuller that's on this guy. It's a slightly different, you know, style. It's a flipper is what it is. You can get at it. You got to dig a little bit, to be honest. But you can get at it, which is nice. Outside of that, little tiny bit of a notch right here. I'm hesitant to call that a harpoon notch because it's not really, right? Little thumb area right there. Jimping extends 2/3 of the way out before the ramp. Nice little sharpening choil. I'm going to guess that this is M390. I'm almost certain that it is. Nice thickness, nice little, we've got a floating backspacer there. That looks really good. Big fan of the texture pattern, big fan of the shape. I imagine that will go over well too. Yes, I like this. Okay, let me read real quick. I want to read about this one just to see if there's any special info. Hold on. About the Dawn Vital. I know right off the bat, I'm sure you're wondering why I chose a steel liner rather than a titanium liner with an insert. The main reason for this is because the titanium liner would not fit the design. Since the Dawn has contoured scales, there is not as much room to work with in terms of fitting a liner. A titanium liner have to be thicker to allow for the steel insert to fit and have a strong contact. Okay, that makes sense. Absolutely fair. Here's the thing. Here's why I don't care. I'll read the rest of that. This is why I don't care. It's steel on steel contact anyway. You know, it doesn't, I honestly don't care. I'm always shocked to see when we have full tie scales and then when they go ahead and do a titanium inset liner with an insert, I'm always like, why didn't you just do the whole thing out of steel? I guess because people are like, because titanium. Because the whole thing titanium, but the tip of it is steel. Just do steel. It's fine. I mean, it can't cost that much more to replace. If there's an issue with geometry or lock solidity, that piece cannot be much more to replace than just the chip, if you think about it, right? Even though it is more steel, it's just steel, right? It can't be that much more. I think this is a better way to go. The downside that I found was that the handle scales would have to be further thickened to allow for screw clearance, so the liner relief pocket does not extrude past the outer contour of the handle. I honestly don't, I appreciate this justification, but this is fine the way that it is. I think it's great. But I appreciate that he put that in there anyway. Dawn 2, by the way, here's his pricing. Polished stone wash blade with bead blasted handles, $295. Not bad at all. Not bad considering what we're looking at here. I mean, if you're going to get up here, I've gone over this a million times. So many times, and I'm very consistent, right? It's not just materials. It's execution of said materials. Where is it made? How's it made? How much of this or that is there? How much work is involved with this or that, right? Just a flat titanium scale, right? Or flat carbon fiber scale is obviously substantially less complicated than contouring and texturing, etc., etc. This right here, I don't think this price is bad. It doesn't absolutely blow me away, but, you know, versus a lot of the competition out there, there's a lot of competition offering just flat, simple scales, standoffs, stamped out clip, and absolutely no detail whatsoever. And they're asking the same price or very near to it. This, at least we're getting all the stuff that we want. Milled clip. Yes, milled clip, right? We didn't get the backspacer, but I do appreciate the contouring, the texturing, right? The pivot collar, the inset liner lock, even though it is not titanium. Not bad. Full black wash 300 hand rub blade. All these are reasonable, and then of course we see a bump for Damasteel, but we're seeing a reasonable bump for Damasteel. I always say about $150 bump for Damasteel makes sense to me. A lot of companies now are like, oh, there's a Damasteel shortage, so that's going to be $300 more. What? No, absolutely not. Yeah, this is a reasonable bump for that. I'm not upset at all. The Rain is the newest addition to the TW Price design lineup since I am a raging nerd. Same here. That's fine. In fact, you know what's funny? The word nerd, people like to, initially they use it as like a, I'm a nerd and proud of it. And we're like a special, everybody's a nerd, right? Everybody. Now in 2023, it's not like a special group of people anymore. It's everybody. You'd be weird if you weren't, like the old definition of it, right? I'd be like, well, do you live like in the forest, right? So everybody is. So that's fine, right? That's just, this might trigger a little bit, but at this point, being a nerd is essentially to be a conformist, right? My name is Rain. It also comes from Game of Thrones. The name is Rain. This design is extra special to me because I personally designed every single component besides the small hardware. With the dawn, I began the project before I taught myself CAD design, so Bestech did the modeling to my instruction. Okay, cool. So this is all him. This design was 60 hours of my own personal design work, tweaking every detail to make it as perfect as it can be. Since creating the prototypes, I have made a few design adjustments, and they are listed below. Okay, so here's those. I'm going to let you guys look at it. You can pause the video if you want to. Let's take another look at the Rain. Yeah, I think this is going to work, man, right off the bat. So the detent, got one thing. This works, right? Anybody who's got it's not even silly to say practiced hand, right? Anybody who's just remotely familiar with modern flipper tabs and bearings is going to pick this up and go, yeah, it flips just fine. This could do for a slightly heavier detent. Not because it needs it to deploy it, because there is that, the satisfaction of the detent break and the thwack into the open position is something that people definitely consciously and subconsciously take note of, right? So, this is fine. A little bit more would make it crispy. Definitely. I like it. It's fine, right? If you don't change it, I think it'll work. Everything else looks and feels very, very good. Obviously, though, I can't make a complete, judgment. I can't do a review off of just the initial unboxing. I gotta, carry these, experience them for a little bit. It's regular stuff. You guys know by now. I don't go out and, test it. And I don't go to Mars and I don't go to the jungle, right? I don't take it into a World of Warcraft raid, right? I just use it like a pocket knife. I'm a regular guy, regular pocket knife, right? Carry it around. I'll make comments about, construction and overall quality, including materials are part of it, but all of those elements together versus the actual competition within parameters of, most importantly, country of origin when it comes to manufacturing. Doesn't make sense to go, a lot of people have been making this argument lately. Well, that knife is so much less expensive than a Hinderer. A Hinderer is made in the United States. I don't know why we still have people arguing about this. Guys, USA-made knives cost a ridiculous amount more, right? When we're talking, and I know there's companies out there who make knives all in the USA for less than this, but this might come as a shock to you. Not 100% of those knives are made in the United States. Just enough, most likely, of those knives, if they are substantially less expensive, just enough of those knives are made in the United States where they can slap that label on it. You take something like a Hinderer that is small batch, made 100% in-house, outside of, I think he outsources the bearings and the heat treat, but the heat treat is done by Peters, right? We're talking about still as big as Hinderer has gotten. I'm just using Hinderer as one example, right? Anything in the same caliber. As big as Hinderer is, he's nowhere near the size of companies like Kershaw or anywhere near the size of some of these OEMs that do work like this, right? So, a knife that is manufactured the same way as a Hinderer, where everything is truly being made in-house and small batch, right? They have I wouldn't call it large output capacity, medium output capacity, and things are being hand-tuned, hand-fitted, hand-assembled. Well, holy crap, yeah, it's going to cost a couple $100 more. I don't think it takes that much, to figure that out, right? So materials alone will not dictate the value in its entirety. There are so many other things to consider, so many. I know that just by saying this, just by creating this little speech, this video has absolutely nothing to do. Just by saying this, I'm going to trigger a whole bunch of people, right? That's fine. think whatever you want, buy whatever makes you happy. That's the thing. You don't have to convince other people to think exactly like you to be happy about the things that you purchase. Take me, for example. My opinions get judged by literally hundreds of thousands of people every single day, and I continue to buy and do whatever I want because it makes me happy. That's what you should do too. Anyways, thanks TW Price for sending your stuff in. Sorry that this video turned into something weird. I am very, very pleased with this. I love that you decided to do an inset liner for the frames. This is very, very cool. First impressions, I love every bit of it. Every bit of it. I just think the detent could be tightened up just a bit, just for the satisfaction of the click. Alrighty. Expect a full video on this guy and a partial video on this guy. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.